What up, guys? Jason Guyman here with PressureWashHelp.com, king of pressure washing. And today I want to talk a little bit about $250 jobs. $250 jobs. What can we do to do $250 jobs? And how can $250 jobs get us to the next level? And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about if we can up it a little bit. But at the end of the day, what if we could do two, actually I'm wrong. What if we could do two $275 jobs a day? What would that make us, and how could that help us in the end? So if we can just do an average of $550 a day, $550 a day, 5 days a week, 9 months out of the year, that's 100 grand, $100,000. And so I'm going to talk about how do we get these $250 jobs, how do we get these $300 jobs, and how we can grow our business and be successful. And at the end of the day, you can have financial freedom, time freedom, and a lot of other things that will help you at the end of the day. And so that is what I want to go over. So I'm going to break it down. So if we can do $550 a day and do that 5 days a week, that's going to put us right around $2,750 per week. With that said, that is $11,000 a month. If we can do that for 9 months, we are at $100,000. Now, you might say, well, Jason, that's easier said than done. Nobody can do that. You're right. If you believe that, that is exactly right. You will not get it there. If you have a mindset to be able to that you don't have a go get it mindset. If you have a mindset of, well, you just don't understand, Jason, down here in Florida, well, you can't make no money. Well, you know what? I know several people in Florida that make a lot of money, and guess what? It happens. And so a lot of this does have to do with mindset. Some of this has to do with budgeting, which budgeting is a beautiful thing right now. This is a time of year that we need to start budgeting so that way we can know what we need to do. If we know we want to make $100,000, that gives us a goal. All right, let's break that goal down. I want to make $100,000 next year in 2021. All right, I got 9 months to work into, so that means I need to make $11,000 a month. Well, how do I make $11,000 a month? Well, that means I need to make, I need to make $2,750 a week. Well, what do I need to do to get $2,750 a week? Well, that means 5 days a week. I need to do $550. Okay, $550. So if I did 2 jobs a day, that's $250. Or that is not $250. That is a lie. But I need to do $500. If I break that down, that's how I do that. Now, you might say $250 a job, that's a lot. That isn't a lot at the end of the day. I got off of a call. I did a call the other day with a friend of mine that is out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's 25 years old. He will be on in a couple weeks, and he did $1 million this year. $1 million at 25 years old. He started his business when he was 19 years old in college. That's how he paid through college. And then when he got out of college, he went full time. And when he went full time with college, he did $1 million just in pressure washing alone in about a 10 square mile radius. Very tight niche. It's outside of Atlanta, but he was able to do it within a 10 to 15 mile radius where he lives at, north of Atlanta, and to be able to do $1 million. It is definitely. So what's his goal next year? Well, his goal is 1.5 million. Well, what he's doing right now? He's planning on how to get to 1.5 million. So he knows how much he can spend in marketing. He knows how much he can spend in all the way down through there. So if we want to shoot for $100,000, then all we got to do is $550 a day, 5 days a week, 9 months out of the year. I know I make it sound easy, and I'm going to show you some steps to get there and how to point you to what we got to do to be able to hit that. And these steps that I'm going to talk about, I've helped several people make over $100,000 a year, and they're doing these exact steps. And the reason why you got to do these exact steps is because at the end of the day, we got to get customers. We got to be able to do that. Now, my friend Wes he's done it, and he is his average. So I want you to be able to do $550 a day. His average ticket is $1,300. $1,300 is his average ticket. So, this is some things that it is definitely can do it. And you're absolutely right, George. If you can make $1 million, we can make 100,000. And I'm going to go the opposite way. If you can make 100,000, you can make $1 million. And that is for sure, by far, of how it can happen. All right, $100,000 challenge. But 50,000 on top. I follow the system and put in works, and I think I can do $150,000, and I think you can too. So, what are some of the very first things that we need to be able to do to set up so that way we can get to $150,000 or $100,000 business? How do we get these jobs? Well, the very first thing we need to do is we need to go right here, and when you type in the little word pressure washing, we want to be coming up in this right here. This is called the maps. This right here will make you lots of money. At first, it might take a little bit. If you're in a good area, it will help you out even more. Maps is definitely something you got to do. So, some things that we can do to work on our maps is we need to make sure that it is completely filled out and that we've done everything we need to do in there. We need to add photos. We need 100 photos named, all that stuff that goes in there. We need all our citations. We need everything. And then the next thing we need to work on is reviews. So I'm going to show you. So this is me, but this is Pro Power Washing. I want to show you something. He's got 169 reviews. That is awesome. Let me go to the right page. I'm on the wrong page. So 169 reviews. So you can see here, he has all kinds. He has it all filled out. He has 169 reviews. And if you start reading some of the reviews, it talks about, I was blown away. You think if I'm looking for something and somebody says that my company, that they blew me away, that I'm probably going to use them. Thank you so much. So many people think that the trim needs painted when it actually just needs cleaned. What a fantastic review. And so these are some other things we need to do. We need to make sure we're responding to them. We don't want to do kind of this is one thing that he could work on is thank you so much. We do want to be a little bit of keyword heavy in there. Hey, thank you so much for the gutter clean outs or letting us make sure that your gutters look amazing and blah, 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 da, 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 da. And so that is definitely something that we got to do. And so this here will help us out a bunch right here, getting these Google reviews. Now, I understand it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. That is for sure. Not everybody's going to do it. So I want to show you another one. This guy here is Liberty Power Wash, DJ. I've talked about him a bunch. You've seen him in some of my videos. DJ started last year. This year, he's already up to 57 reviews. Now, remember, these two are in the same area working. So now, one thing is Pro Power Washing, he only lives about a mile from me. Probably about 4 or 5 miles. As the crow fly, he only lives about 2 miles. Liberty Pressure Washing lives about 20 miles away from me. So that's one reason why he didn't show up there. But he does start showing up a lot. So if we click into here, you can see he put his pictures in here. And this is the thing you want to do. You want to make sure you have 100 pictures. And one thing that DJ has done that is something that we want to make sure that we're doing is we just don't want before and after pictures. Before and after pictures are good, but we also want to show our equipment. We want to show ourselves. We want to, when you got this ugly of a mug, maybe you don't want to show yourself, but obviously you can show yourself from a farther away of you cleaning and stuff like that. But again, you can see gutters, rust, everything. All these before and after pictures is a beautiful thing. Another truck equipment, show us working, show us cleaning, show us doing that. We're not up on ladders, spraying up on a ladder, so that way they think, well, shoot, they're going to damage stuff. I can shoot everything from the ground. And so I want to be able to show them that. Also, one thing that DJ does, and it works really well for him, is he actually sends a before and after picture. In this picture right here, I did a video. There will be a video about roof cleaning coming out pretty shortly. I'm going to try to work on it tomorrow, in fact. And so I got a step-by-step how we clean this roof. And so he actually sent this picture with his invoice to the customer. And guess what the customer did? They uploaded it on to this into the review. And that is an amazing thing. That will help us out a lot. So if you look down here, right here, excellent service and very knowledgeable. I highly recommend them. I was doing a little bit of talking to her, so that's why they probably said that. No, DJ is very good. He knows what he's talking about. Does very well. And again, thank you for trusting us with washing your house. He didn't just put thank you. And so that is what we want to do. Thanks for trusting Liberty Power Wash with all your pleasure. That right there is what we want to do. We got to do that. So this is the first thing we need to do. We need to make sure that our Google My Business, all that stuff is up to date. We are adding photos, we're adding posts, we're doing everything. And if you need to learn where to do that stuff at, you can go right here, pressurewashhelp.com/free. I go in detail of everything you need to do, of how to make sure it's set up right, why we need to put all those pictures in there, why we need to make sure we're doing the reviews. Because if you don't know why, at the end of the day, you won't do it. So these are some reasons why we want to make sure that you are doing this stuff. So the next thing we want to do is right here. So that's one way. That won't get us business right off the get-go. But that is one of the very first things we need to do, because once we start getting business and we start getting reviews, we start putting photos in there, and we start doing all that kind of stuff, that will get us business. Now, if you go to the pressurewashhelp.com/free and you don't have pictures, I have all the pictures in there that you need, so that way you can go ahead. And this is a great time in the wintertime of start doing this stuff, so that way it will take off in the spring. Now, if you're in Florida, you can go, you're still cleaning anyway. If you're anywhere up north or where I am or up, then you need to start doing this stuff. And so what you need to do is you need to be getting in there doing the pictures. And again, pressurewashhelp.com/free. I go through every step you need to be able to do there. So the next thing we need to do is we come back up here, and we're going to zoom in here if I can. Zoom in here. We're going to do some signs, yard signs. This is Dan's vlogs up in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm going to give you some good and bads about this yard sign. I would not put this yard sign up. We want the house washing big, one service, and we want the phone number big. So get rid of the exterior cleaning services, make the house washing a little bit bigger, and make the phone number way bigger. So that way people can see. That your yard sign is there. Yard signs do work. This is a cheaper guerrilla marketing way of getting yard signs. So yard signs do work. Now, again, what did I say we needed? We need $550 to $600 a day, and that is how we get this. So this right here will start getting us business. The only way this isn't going to get you business is if you're not allowed to put them up. I understand that. There's some places across the country that you cannot put these up. So the reason why I wanted you to fill out your Google My Business stuff first, because when this starts getting the phone to ring, I want you to make sure that you're asking for that review. And when I mean you're asking for that review, you're begging for that review in the beginning. You are, and Bobby Walker, if some of you watch him, some of you don't, I know. he talks about all the little things, and all the little things starts from that very first phone call of talking to them, making sure you have that script down. I'm going to have a person on talking about scripts coming up, and that way they'll go through step by step. They'll be in December. I got somebody going to talk about scripts and how to talk on the phone and how to not sound like an idiot on the phone. You know, a lot of times I've heard people, and I'm like, I wouldn't buy anything from you because you can't even talk. And so you got to be able to talk on the phone. You got to be able to answer the phone. If you don't answer, that's probably the number one thing after reviews is you have to answer your phone. When I first started out, I called 10 different pressure washing companies. You know how many people answered their phone? One. And they didn't even end up giving me a bid because it took them so long. You got to answer your phone. In 2020 and 2021, you still got to answer your phone. If you don't answer your phone, don't put the phone number on there, because at that point, they're not going to call you anyway. Because if you're not going to answer your phone, you got to answer your phone. When you answer the phone, get a script. Don't get that elevator speech. Do it over and over and over. Do it to your friend. Do it to call somebody and say, this is what I want you to say. And you answer, get comfortable with it. That will help you sell. And if another thing that's a bonus tip is put your wife on the phone. Your wife, I'm sorry to tell you, but is probably going to sell more than you do at the end of the day. A female, 9 times out of 10, like I say, there is that 1/10 that you will sell more than her, but will sell more than you at the end of the day. So this is definitely something that you got to do and be able to do. So we're going to make a big yard sign, big service, big phone number. My website, that's about the size I want. I don't want that website no bigger than that, because who's going to remember the I can't even freaking say it, the powerhousepros.com. Am I going to remember that? Hell no. You know what they're probably going to do? They're going to go take a picture and call that number. And that's what we want to do, is them to call that number. All right. So that gets us our signs. That will start getting phone ring. The next thing I want to talk a little bit about is Facebook. How to get our phone to ring with Facebook, Nextdoor. They're both kind of the same. Now, what I want you to do is pick one and be good at it. Don't try to do Instagram, Facebook, even LinkedIn. I'm going to talk about it. LinkedIn and all these different things, and think that all of a sudden we're going to be good at all of them. Because what's going to happen is we're going to suck at all of them and we're going to fail at all of them. So pick a platform and be good at it. I would probably pick Facebook over Instagram. Some of this is going to depend on who is your customer. And I understand a lot of times you might not know who your customer is. But, I'm going to tell you who probably 75% of your customer. It's going to be a female. They're probably going to be a family. They're going to own their house. They are probably married. That's your customer. So guess what? That's who I'm selling to at the end of the day. So where are those people at? They're on Facebook. Are they on Instagram? Maybe, maybe not. You don't know. So we got to make sure that we know where these people are, so that way we can engage with them. We can make sure that they are getting the information. I am the king of my next door. And that is a beautiful thing at the end of the day. If we're good at something, that's what I want you to be at. I don't want you to be king of everything and be a jackleg of nothing. Because at the end of the day, if we're not good at anything, then that's going to hurt us at the end of the day. We want to make sure that we are good at one thing at the end of the day. Because when we're good at one thing, we can be amazing. And then once we learn it, we can go to it. Now, does this mean we are going to just put out 100 signs and we're done? No, we're not going to put out 100 signs. I was talking to one of the guys in my Christmas light group. He is so overwhelmed with Christmas light. He's probably going to do 250, 300,000 just in Christmas lights alone. This is his third year, and he's got so much work he don't know what to do with. If you want to go work in Louisville, he'll probably hire you. And so with that, you got to be good at one thing. Oh, and what I was going to say about, he didn't buy 100 signs. He has 1,000-yard signs. He hasn't even gotten them out and his phone is blown up so much. So, stupid hangnail. So he has 1,000-yard signs, not 100, 1,000-yard signs. He has, we're not, we are putting signs out everywhere. We're putting them out every Friday. We are making sure that these signs are out everywhere. So the next thing we got to do is again, whether we're doing yard signs, we're doing Facebook, we're doing next door, whatever we're doing, we are make sure that we are being prolific. And what I mean by prolific is we're going to do it every day. Every day. We're doing this every day. Every day. Now, what happens, this is what happens with a lot of new guys. This is why new guys fail a lot of times. So they'll put a lot of work in the beginning. They'll go buy 100-yard signs. They'll do all this stuff. They'll make sure that they're getting their pictures up. And then the phone starts ringing. And then they get busy. And then they quit doing marketing. They quit putting out those 25 signs a week. They quit putting out those 50 signs a week because they're so busy they can't do it. Well, then what's the next thing happen? Well, they run out of work. All the work dried up because I quit putting out signs. I quit doing stuff. I quit putting flyers in there. I quit doing all the things that I needed to do to make sure that my business keeps running. So, when a lot of times I will say, even with my, my walk arounds, and I'm getting my befores, I'm getting my afters, a lot of times we think that's just to cover our tail. It's not just to cover our tail. That's called marketing. And we got to do marketing prolific every day, every day, every day. We got to be consistent. We got to be prolific, and we got to be relentless. And what I mean by relentless is we do it no matter what. There should be one thing a week or one thing of marketing that we are relentless, that no matter what happens, I am going to make sure that I'm putting out 25 signs. I am going to make sure that I am asking for reviews. I am going to make sure whatever else I can do so that way we can make sure that this is going to happen. He's right about the wife on the phone. Mine consistently outsells me. And that is 100% true. And if you want another channel to listen to, go check out, I'm pretty sure that's Ray Burke. Go check out Ray Burke. He's another one. He's going to tell you the same stuff. You got to be answering the phone. She can sell 10 times more than you can. That is one thing you got to be relentless about. I don't care if you do everything else. If you're not relentless about answering the phone at the end of the day, it does us no good, guys. It absolutely does no good at all. Period. I don't care what you do. If you don't answer your phone, you are just pissing money away at the end of the day. Why go buy signs if you're not going to answer your phone? Because here's what's going to happen. First, they're going to try you, and you don't answer your phone, then they're calling the next person. And then once that happens, you're done. You're done. So signs work well to get the phone to start ringing. The Google My Business definitely makes you do it. And here's a question that a lot of times people will ask. Do I need a website? Do I need a website to get into Google My Business? And that is negative. We can actually, we can set all of this up. They actually have a place that we can build a website from them just so we have a website up. Because a lot of people will get into the thing of, well, I don't have a website. Well, you know what? I know some people that are doing $100,000 and they still don't have a website. They do amazing on Facebook and Nextdoor and all the other places, and they never build them a website. And they're making a ton, and they did good on their Google My Business, because on the Google My Business, I don't need a website. So does a website help? Yeah, absolutely. Does a website if a lot of people get in, well, if I spend $5,000 on this website, all these people are just going to start magically showing up. Well, I'm going to tell you a little secret here. They're not going to show up. Just because you build a website ain't going to make people show up, because there's other things than just building a website. Now, there is a lot of things to do with Google My Business. that if you do have a website, will rank that website up pretty high pretty quick. And so Google My Business is definitely something that we got to focus on and get it done at the end of the day. All right, so we talked about yard signs. Next thing I want to talk about is, real quick, is good old Facebook groups. Now, I'm not talking about all the pressure washing groups. In fact, I'm going to tell you to get out of them, because a lot of them have negativity. And when you get around negative people, guess what happens? Guess what happens when you get around negative people? You become negative. Guess what happens when you become around positive people? You become positive. And so a lot of times we get in these Facebook groups and we start bickering and and it's just getting ready to start, because wintertime's starting to come here. And you'll see the groups, the clusters blow up like a freaking, I've seen it year after year, all the way from 2011, and that was in the group forums and stuff before Facebook groups. Every winter, it's like, who can throw the most gasoline in these groups and blow them up to see what's going to blow up. And you never know where it's going to blow up, but it's always fun to watch. But at the end of the day, it's a time suck. Again, the two things I want to help you do is become financial freedom and time freedom. And if we're in these groups for that, it doesn't do us no good. Now, some of the groups that we do want to be in: the Westchester, Liberty, Mason neighborhoods. Now, if you know anything about Cincinnati, that's like the high dollar area. That's why I picked this one here. That is where the money is. The money is in Mason. The money is in Liberty Township. This is where these are the customers that I want. I don't want the customers that are in the $100,000 houses. I want the customers that are in the $300,000 to $400,000, $500,000 houses. And that is what these neighborhoods are. It's a very large neighborhood. It's basically from Cincinnati to Dayton. There's a band all the way across the north of Cincinnati, and that's where these neighborhoods are. And this here is where I'm going to go into these groups. Now, I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm a pressure washer. I'm a pressure washer. You need to come pressure wash me, da-da-da-da-da. This is what we want to do. Anyone know a place that will do a COVID test that doesn't cost an arm and a leg? Yes, I know this place here will do that. So we're building relationships in here. We're going to do that on these groups, whether we do it through Facebook or whether we do it through Nextdoor. If you live in a good neighborhood in Nextdoor is a good way to do it too. But we are going to go in here and we're going to be networking with people. We're going to grow our network. We're going to let people know that, hey, we are the go-to people of where stuff is. Who's an electrician? Bob's an electrician. You know, do you love to shoot and help others do? You know, these are some things that we're going to do. We're going to keep and oh, I'm sorry your kitty's gone. You know, stuff like that. So that way people know. And then, you know, every 10th post we'll say, this is the house we did today, or, you know, show a 30-second really cool thing to show that, you know, this is the before and after pictures of stuff. So this is, you know, this is the before house, this is the after, you know, this is the roof clean. So, you know, if I go back over here and I scroll down here, you know, this is, you can show a little before and after. Wow, did you put a new roof on there? No, we didn't do roof. We do roof cleaning, you know, and I don't even need to put nothing on that picture. You need your house, you need your roof clean. That's all I might need to put in there, because I can say, man, that is amazing right there. You know, man, if I do a video of this here, man, just a quick 30-second before and after. That's all I need to do. Man, look at how nasty green are you, and just put stuff. Are you green? Do you like green? And you'll have people, no, that looks amazing. Who did it? Well, you can see Liberty Power Wash did it. I don't even need to put nothing on there, because with the logo on there, I know what this guy does, and I need it done. And I need it done on my house. So, you know, these are some things that we can do. You need some concrete cleaning. There you go. There's your concrete cleaning. So that is definitely something that we got to do this. Again, we want to be prolific, we want to be relentless, and we want to be consistent. Because if we leave one of those out, at the end of the day, something's not going to get done. And if we're not relentless, the one thing I want you to be out of all of those, for the relentless thing, I want you to make sure one thing, that you are relentless, that you answer your phone no matter what, or you have somebody answer your phone. There's calling services out there. There's several different calling services out there that will answer your phone. They have a script that they will go down that script. A lot of them will use Responsibid, and they will put all the information in. They use House Call Pro. They can follow up. They can do anything you want them to do. Now, does it cost money? Yes, it costs money, but it's going to be a lot cheaper than hiring a reception to answer that phone. You know, is it going to cost money? Well, let me ask you this. If you don't answer that phone, is that going to cost you money? If I don't answer that phone call and they want $1,000 roof clean that I just let get pissed away, did that cost me money? I'm just asking if that's going to cost you money. Yes, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you a lot of money, because here's what happens. If we piss that $1,000 roof clean away because we didn't answer the phone and we didn't call them back, and we didn't get to it because I'm so daggone busy, it does us no good, guys. It does us no good. And what is our goal? If our goal is to hit $100,000 a year, then we can do that. And I'm not talking about spending a lot of money to get to the $100,000 mark. I mean, if we spend, let's see, signs are $300, $350. If you spend that of doing signs, and you do 100 signs a month, which is $300 a month, $350 for signs, then that's how we can do that, guys. It can be done. Everything that I've talked so far is free except signs. That's the only thing I haven't that I've pushed of money. Is there other things that cost money that we can do to get ourselves to the next level that we can do? Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything I've talked so far other than signs is completely free. The only thing it takes time. And again, I wanted to get you to be time freedom, but time is one thing. I always say there's two ways to get customers. Two ways to get customer. One is time, is what I'm doing right here. Two is opening your wallet. You open that wallet up and you put that credit card in Google AdWords or Facebook ads, and you let it have at it. That's the way you get them. Are the two ways you get traffic. There's really no other ways to get traffic. You either put the time into it, to learn it, to do everything that you need to be right, or you open your wallet. One of the two. You got to figure out which one you want to do. If you don't have a lot of money in your wallet and you got a lot of time, guess what you get to do then? You get to do this. And this is something that anybody can do. It's not rocket science, but it's one thing that you have to do. You have to take action. If you sit on your couch and hope away this stuff will work, it's not going to work. I'll just go ahead and throw it out there. It's not going to work. You're going to fail. Guarantee it. If you think, sometimes even if you just open your wallet and you don't answer your phone because you're tired, you're too busy, my machine's running, blah, blah, I can give you all the excuses in the world. I hear them all the time. I hear all the excuses in the world. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's about taking action. It's about being relentless of answering that phone, so that way when that phone call comes in, you're booking that $1,000 roof cleaning. You're booking that $300 house wash. You're booking that $2,000 house wash, roof clean, concrete cleaning job. That's right. You can get that kind of money out of it. And it'll take you less than 6 hours, and you will be able to make money at the end of the day. Because that's what I want you to be at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I want you to be successful. And you can be successful, but you have to take action. You have to go out there, get it, make sure that you're doing it, and keep working at it. If you think that you can just throw some fairy dust up in the air and it's just going to magically blow up your phone, you're going to be wrong. I'm sorry, you're going to be wrong. Now, the next question, can I do it in my first year, 2, 3? Well, if you go out there and bust your tail and you start doing and making sure things are happening, you might not do it in your first year, but in your second year, you probably can do it. I know a lot of people that have done it in their first year, and I know a lot of people that haven't. I got one guy that started in the spring, and he did over $200,000 this year. It can happen. Now, he had a little bit of money behind him. He had for marketing. Because here's the thing, you guys. I understand not everybody's got a lot of money. So here's what I would want you to do. You know, I had Nate on the other day, and he made a good thing. You have three buckets: sales, marketing, and equipment. Don't go, if you have 10 grand, don't go put your 10 grand all in the bucket of equipment. Because at the end of the day, what does that leave us for our sales and marketing bucket? That leaves us about that much money in there. And the problem I see a lot of guys, they'll put $10,000, $20,000 in this equipment bucket and put zero in these other two, or put $1,000 in them other two. Well, you want to know what happens? You can buy a rig real cheap in about a year. Because if we're willing to put this much in this bucket here and not nothing in the bucket of sales and marketing, guess what? This $10,000, this big, beautiful, shiny, nice rig doesn't make us any money. It doesn't make us no money. If we can't get the phone to ring and we don't answer, and we answer that phone, that is what we need to do at the end of the day. We got to answer the phone and make sure that that phone is getting answered relentlessly. I don't care what you got to do. And the faster you can answer that phone, the better off you're going to be. Now, as soon as that ring, obviously you got to make sure you can, but we got to answer that phone, sound professional, sound like you know what you're talking about, and ready to help and get things done. Now, that was a very long rant. That was about 36 minutes, 37 minutes. I didn't mean it to go that long, but I was just on a roll. And when I get on a roll, I give out a lot of information. I had one of my guys tell me that when I get on a roll, I'm going to get my paper out and start writing down because Jason's going to give out some good old information. I don't show my rig. I don't show mine either. My wife won't let me. Nobody wanted to see it anyway. If I could go back and change anything, I'd have invested in marketing in the very beginning. Marketing is definitely the most important part of it. We got to try, and a lot of people think that marketing is one of those things that I'm just wasting money, just blowing money right out the door, wasting money. When we are marketing, think of it, if it's something that's hard for you to think about, think of it as investing in your business. Because if you don't invest in your business, nobody's not going to invest in your business. I'm not going to invest in your business. If you don't care enough about your business to invest in it, you think I'm going to invest in it? Well, hell no, I ain't. So you got to think of it as an investment. I went to a marketing one in San Diego about 3 or 4 years ago. And the guy up where he sells goop for females, older females. And he was showing the numbers. So he did like $60 million selling goop, but he put $25 million in marketing because he's like, nobody else is going to invest in it, so I have to invest in it. And so when you hear that, I mean, I know that sounds like big numbers, and I want it to sound like big numbers. And I don't want to tell you to go spend that much in marketing. If you're spending that much in marketing, you got an issue. So Wes is spending about 10% in marketing. I spent about 10% in marketing. To do $1 million, I spent about $100,000 in marketing. And so 10% isn't a bad spot. He thinks he can cut his cost down a little bit. If we can get into the 5%, that's even better. When we're first starting out, we might have to go into the 15%. We may need to get into a little bit higher. And if you need to think about it, do it this way. do profit first. I would tell you to read profit first, and go ahead and get you a bank account or a get you a way of anytime you make money, you take 10% and put it in another bank account, and you put it in Facebook ads, you put it in anything, you put it in AdWords, you put that money into you put it in signs. Maybe maybe I did $1,000 a month this month. Maybe I did $3,000 this month. I put 10%. That's $300. That's another batch of signs. Take that money and put, again, don't put all our money in this bucket of equipment. A lot of times we get in these pressure washing groups and we see all this awesome equipment. The new electric ball valve that you can turn off because you don't want to walk an extra 5 steps. Well, you know what? That's $600. That's two things of signs. Do you think two things of signs or that $500, $600 ball valve is more important at the end of the day? Well, if we can't get our phone to ring, that $600 ball valve ain't going to do us nothing. A lot of times we're like, do we need, my 12 volt, or do I need to do air, which is $1,000, or do I need to do the gas pump, $1,500, and your phone's not ringing? I'm going to say stick with the 12 volt and take that money and put in marketing. Because if we can't get the marketing to come down, if we can't get that phone to ring, it does us no good at all to be putting that money into this beautiful rig that can't make us any money. Greg Townsend, I talked about him a lot. I haven't seen him on here tonight. Greg Townsend, he when he first started, he was like, you know what, Jason, I want to buy this, I want to do this, and I want to buy this rig. I want this big fancy rig. And I'm like, okay, you're looking at about $20,000. Well, but when I went and seen him in person, I was like, he's got a 93 F-150 old beater, two 55-gallon drums in it, a 4-gallon minute. He has about $2,000 to $2,500 worth of equipment. Well, that $2,500 equipment made him over 10 grand last month, and it's going to make him over another 10 grand this month, and made him a 10 grand in July. So over 10 grand. And $2,000 worth of equipment to make over 10 grand worth a month. I mean, who wouldn't want that? Why do I want this big high dollar fancy stuff if it don't make me no money at the end of the day? Because at the end of the day, if it's not going to make us money, is it going to make us quicker? Yeah, it'll make us quicker. Can I if I go from a 4-gallon to 8-gallon, am I going to knock off probably an hour a day? Yep, you're right. I'm going to knock off an hour a day. Now, could I get another job on there? Maybe not. Again, I only need to do $600 a day, 5 days a week, $12,000 a month. It's $108,000 a year. Think about that. Working 9 months out of the year, not even working all 12. A lot of places don't have the ability to work 12 months out of the year. Some of us don't even have the ability to work 9 months out of the year. So that is the goal. Our goal is to get our average ticket up, because if we can get our average ticket up, then we don't need to do as many jobs. Now, is our close rate going to go down? If we make our average ticket go up, usually our close rate is going to come down a little bit, because unless we're shooting for the $199 house wash, which, why do I want to do a $199 house wash? That means I got to do 3 house washes a day, versus if I can do $300 house wash, I only need to do 2 houses a day. So that's going to save me 2 hours right there, so I don't have to do all that other stuff. So I will retake a photo if my rig is in the first one. It's not that fancy. I don't mind getting my trailer in my photos. It's enclosed and has giant 6x10 signs on the sides. And, it doesn't hurt to people see your stuff. I mean, it is what it is. Premiere, I bet nobody, because I only put 120 signs this year. Pretty weak. And set goals. Not just set goals for how much we want to make. Set goals on that. Set goals of, hey, I want to put out 25 signs a week, so that way I can keep. I want to keep putting out 25 signs a week. Set goals. Set goals. I'm going to start my soft wash pressure wash business this spring. Started a window cleaning business last fall, February. I built my trailer. Looks a lot like Cody's system. Just got a notification. How hot do you mix chems for post treatment? I use just the house wash mix. I just downstream it, and I just use the house wash mix. That's all I use. I don't go crazy hot. Um, don't need it. Why need it? Cost me about $2 grand for the trailer and metal. Yep. Does anyone know pressure wash training in Florida? Talking about that, I do know of a pressure wash training in Florida. I will be having a pressure wash training in Florida, in Orlando, January. January 3rd. It's that Sunday. It will be limited to, I think I can do, normally I limit them to 10. I might be able to do 15 because the place I'm having it has 3 rigs down there. But I will be doing in-person training, and I teach a lot of I don't just teach I do teach the how to, and you do get the pressure wash. You get to do the pressure washing. So I teach it 3 different methods. The first method is I teach, I go over it through PowerPoint, and I go over a lot of the marketing and break down the individual marketing side of things and really break it down. And then the next thing is I show you how to do it, and then you get to do it. The pricing and everything is on that page. There's links down into the, because I don't remember when I put the fee at, so I'm not going to say one thing and it's another. And so it is down there. And Mr. Bobby Walker will be there with me. So it will be a me and Bobby Walker class on that day. So it will be my class is a very hands-on class. My class isn't of, hey, this is how you do it. No, you get to do it. You get to pressure wash. You get to do the soft wash gun. You get to see the difference between the 12 volt and a pressure washer. And so that is definitely something that it can be done. And can you be 15 years old? Absolutely, you can be 15 years old. I would love to see that. I love to see young guys be successful too. I know I'm getting some more of the younger group. I know I don't get a lot of the younger group because most I get older people, but I love the young people. Like I say, I'm going to have a guy on here in 2 weeks that started his business at 19 and doing $1 million this year. $1 million. And all he does is house washing, concrete cleaning, and roof cleaning. He does no paver sealing. He does no Christmas lights. That's all he does. And he does over $1 million. He's going to do over $1 million. He already hit the $1 million this year about 2 weeks ago. Jason watched your old videos on how to wire a 12 volt pump. I'll be doing that tomorrow. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Jason, tell me how to do Facebook ads, videos, pictures, how much to spend. I don't know anything about Facebook ads. I would do, I would test. You got to test them. And I would do either pictures or videos. Don't just do text. And again, just do before and after, stuff like that. You can just do the boost post and put $5 on it for the week, $10 on it for the week, see if you can get anything that way. Or you can go into AdWord or Ads Manager. I'm going to tell you to YouTube it for now until I'm going to try to put something in the course, but that's kind of a tricky thing. I did a video. I can tell you what, I'm going to show you real quick. I'll show you how to spy on other people's ads. So you can go to anybody's ads and see what they're running, and I'll do that right now. So this guy I know runs ad. I'm pretty sure he runs ads, and I'll show you. This is how you can see what other people's ads are running. This guy does really well, and I know he does really well with ads. This is one that does. Clean Power Wash, Mr. Anderson. So all you got to do is click into it here. You can do this whether it is um, here or in the mobile app. You can do it either which way. You're going to scroll down here to um, page transparency, and under page transparency, you're going to click see all. And when you go into see all, we're going to go into the go ad the ad library, and this is all his ads, and he's not running no ads right now because he's probably doing Christmas lights. But if you know other pressure washers that are running Christmas light or pressure washing ads, this you will see all their ads right here in this area right here. So I'll see if I can find some more ads. Since he didn't have no ads, he made me a liar. Um, let me go over here and find some more ads for somebody. So you go in here. Usually this is an ad right here. Rick Mulberry. Again, you can do this to anybody. Click into their name. Scroll down here to page transparency. See all. Go down here to go add library. And in here, this is his ads. These are all his ads. See, it's a video. You can watch the video. Here's all the wording he's talking about. This one started running on November 10th. He's running all these. He's running all these ads. This is how many ads this dude running right now. Now, this dude is very good at what he does, but you can see that he's running all these ads. He's probably not even running. He's probably paying somebody to do it or something, but that's how we can see. So if you know of some people that are good at Rob Anderson, when he's running ads, he's one that I would look at if I was going to do it. But again, it's just something, and this is something else that I want to just show you how much he posts, because this is one that does very well on pressure he does really well on Facebook, and I want to show you just how much he posts. So he posted yesterday. He posted November 7th, November 5th, November 2nd, and this is out of season right now for him. This isn't because of that. This is out of season. October 31st, October 31st, October 30th, October 30th, October 26th, October 26th, October 26th. This is what you call prolific. He's doing it over and over and over and over. And he's not just doing it on this one, he's doing it on his personal page too. But he is writing over and over, October 24th, 23rd. So this is what we got to do to be prolific. Remember when I said to be prolific? This is being prolific, and this is being relentless. He's doing it every day, 2-3 times a day. He's making sure it is getting done. So that is definitely what you got to do to make that happen. You guys are asking all kinds of questions. Jason, if anyone is on the fence about this line of work, 70% of my money was in a small town where 2 other pressure washers have been active for 13 years and the market is healthy. Quit second guess. But MTH, there's already 2 guys there, and they're already probably not doing anything that what I've been telling you to do tonight, because they've been there for so long. And guess what? Who cares who your competition is? Go do what I said tonight. If you need to learn how to do it, go up here, pressurewashhelp.com/free. It is a group that you don't just get all the training with it. Yes, you get a training with it. I do 2 Zoom lives a month. So all the members that are in my membership, there's a core of people coming. You can ask questions. You can answer all that. I have a special Facebook group that you can ask questions. And that is where we all grow together. We got some guys that are really starting to put a lot of information in there, starting to have, just kind of going along the day of, hey, this is going along the day, and what do you think? And so it's really good because that way we get that information flowing back and forth, And guess what happens when that happens? Everybody becomes successful. Everybody starts raising each other up. Hey, don't do that. I did that and that failed. Or hey, do this because that worked. And that is the beautiful thing at the end of the day. Um, how old are you now, Nathan? How much you got to pay for training? Like I say, go look it up. The free is 30 days. You can cancel at any time. If you don't want to pay, you can cancel that out of there. In the in person, like I say, that is an all day class, and you get to do everything. And again, it is in Florida. Um, Me and William Brown have been bouncing off ID. What? You mean competitors can bounce things off each other? Heck yeah, you can. If you're better off to work with each other than working against each other a lot of times. It's a lot better for you at the end of the day. What's your thoughts on postcards? I did my share of EDDM. I never, I think I spent about $50,000 in EDDM, and I probably made about $50,000 in EDDM. Did I do it right? No, I did not do it right. If you're going to do EDDM, if you're going to send out 30,000, if you're planning on sending out 30,000 EDDM, don't send them all at once. You want to send out 10,000 at a time, and you want to send out that same. You want to mail to that same spot 3 times of 10,000. You will be better off doing it that way than trying to do 30,000 and you'll get nothing. Now, the thing about postcards is you never know that postcard could be used a year later and could be counted on there. Point out that not all aren't clean enough. Don't compete, dominate. Yep, exactly. Peace out, guys. Had a patient pass. Well, that stinks. Hell, I've met most of my competition at local pressure washing store. Always be friendly with them. We share knowledge, etc. There is enough work out there for everyone. It's better to work together. And especially if you all can get into a niche where if like I'm in this niche and this guy's in that niche, you know what? I'm going to pass that work to him because he's going to do it better. And that's not where I want to be at. If one of them's a $99 guy, guess who I'm going to send him? All the $99 customers. Because yes, that is a niche. There is a niche for the $99 guys. Call Mike Pressure Washing, checking in. That's what the Pressure Wash Help group is good for. Yep, bouncing ideas and all that kind of stuff. I'm seriously been struggling out here in Georgia. Well, there's money to be made out there, bud. I know there is. And I don't know where you're located at exactly, but I know, like I say, Wes will be on here in 2 weeks. He did 1 million. Um, Up north from there, guy's going to probably do another 100,000 his very first year. It's all about going out there and getting it done. Go out there and hit it hard. I bounce stuff off all the guys all the time. Also, if you're in a good group like Pressure Wash Help, myself and a few other guys talk very frequently, and that's the good thing about it is that's you know, and I try to. I'm in there too. I'm trying to get in there more, but it's not just about me at the end of the day either. I can help steer, but a lot of times people might be like, "Wow, this is what I did and it worked," and so that's the beauty of it. 4,000 square foot roof house wash by myself Monday. How much SH you think I need to buy? I'm still batch mixing, building a blend manifold ASAP. Well, the roof is going to be one pressure. I don't know. Is it 1 story, 2 story? Because, if it's a 2 story, then it's only a 2,000 square foot roof. Been pressure washing right out of high school since February. Awesome. How much have you done so far, Wash Pros? And what's your goal? Even if you're young, set goals, guys. Don't just think that you're making money to have beer money. Set goals, be successful. At the end of the day, I want you to be successful. Already on my third crew and making 30,000 this month. Now that is freaking amazing, dude. And make sure that you're being smart with it. Make sure that you are, make sure that you're just being smart with it. Make sure that you're growing, make sure you're investing, make sure that you are investing in yourself, make sure all of that kind of stuff. I'm planning to do 500,000 next year. I'm assuming you're not going to college then, right? Or are you in college and doing this? Not that college matters, because they're not going to teach you what you need to know how to run a pressure washing business. 1,000 linear feet, wood fence, Brighton. What to charge? A lot of freaking money. Um, Wood fences suck. They're a pain in the neck. Um, they just suck. I hate wood fences. Um, but again, guys, that is awesome, Wash Pros. Where are you located at? Where are you out of? What part of the town? What part of the country are you in? Not that that matters, but I just want. What got me going is that my competitors are already scared of me, according to their employees. What's the best way to keep plants safe while using SH? It's this stuff called water, H2O, and lots of it. Dilution is the solution. If you're doing house washes, I don't really worry about it as much. If you're doing, if you're doing concrete, if you're doing a roof clean, you need a water guide the whole time. Fresno, California. Well, shoot, you got to make $500,000 just to live out there. Um, but that's awesome, dude. Um, that is awesome. I text you back 2 months in your chat. Text me again. I want to have you on. I think you did, and I know you did. I just I I don't know. I'm busy. I got too much crap going on. The only thing I took from college was my speech class. That helped me a lot. Not sound like a yahoo. You know who Window Genie is? Yep, they're a national competitor or a national franchise. I'm top of my game, advertising game. What are you? Not to make this drag on forever, but what are you? What have you figured out on advertising? What's been your best route? Hey Jason, I bought a 16-inch surface cleaner, planning to rent a pressure washer to use it with anything else I need. A downstream injector, if you're wanting to do any house washing stuff. If you buy a downstream injector with that pressure washer, then you can do it that way. 3 out. Fresno is 3 hours from the bay. Is that north or south of there? I'm planning to be the best in the industry. Sounds like you're off to a good start, dude. Sounds like you're off to a good start. So again, guys, you can go up pressurewashhelp.com/free, get 30 days. I do 2 a month. This Sunday will be I think it is. I don't remember. This Sunday, I think, is a Zoom. Maybe not. I have to look at my calendar. Is a Zoom call, and we get a lot there. I got 126 calls just this call so far, my best. That's awesome, dude. I'll trade you all the advice in the world from the dirt bike. New to pressure washing business, just started in Atlanta, Georgia. Any suggestion? Yep, go check out pressurewashhelp.com/free. That's what I'm going to tell you, and learn everything you can there. There's plenty of money to be made in Atlanta, Georgia. 2 weeks, I'm going to have a guy that is going to talk about making money in Atlanta, Georgia. 126 just in November. Good stuff, Jason. Is it necessary to use a neutralizer on plants when doing roof cleaning? I have always just used lots of water and haven't had lots of problems, but wondering. I never did. I did it since 2012, 2013, and I've never used any neutralizer other than H2O. H2O. We did one last Sunday, so it won't be this Sunday. It'll be next Sunday. And then, like I say, we do them every 2 weeks. Have you sold that trailer yet? I have not sold it yet. It's still sitting out in my driveway. Do you want to buy it? I want to know about neutral. It's right under park, or it's right under reverse. So if you go to in park, and then you got reverse, and then neutral. The neutralizer can help break down the bleach. Sorry, I just had to be a jackleg. It can help break down the the chemical. It's not a guarantee that, you know, Miracle Grow is basically what a lot of the neutralizers is. It's a Miracle Grow basically. Gypsum's another way of doing it, and it's basically going to break down the bleach particles of it. I have so many questions. Is it possible I can talk with you sometime soon? Absolutely. Absolutely. Send me a message on Facebook. Go to Pressure Wash Help Training, seriously. And again, you can either go to pressurewashhelp.com/free, or I am having an in-person training in January in Orlando. So it is the 4th or January 3rd. It's that Sunday, whatever the January 3rd, I believe it's 3rd. It's that Sunday. And it's a 1-day course that I go over everything. You get to do everything. You get to touch it and play with it and everything. Thank you. Oh, so I don't need a ball valve since I will be renting the pressure washer. Nope, you don't need a ball valve. I have so many questions. How much money do you make annually? How much money do you make annually? I mean, are you asking me, or how much for pressure washing? You know, if you did 100,000, if you did the numbers that I showed in this video, $100,000, you could take in $80,000 to $90,000 of that. How much water is significant? A lot. I ain't mean to send that crazy dude. I was basically dying from exhaustion and need tips on how to hire and train a secretary since I'm doing all calls, estimate, and managing jobs as well as them. Get a script, obviously, and make sure that they're answering the phone. And at the end of the day, if you teach her right, she'll sell more than you will. I don't have Facebook. Let me think here. Go to, that's a smart thing. That's a smart man right there, not having Facebook, because that's a time suck. Go to here, pressurewashhelp.com/ride along, and fill out that form. And I think it has the address on there. I think that's about the only way. Or you can go to pressurewashhelp.com, or pressurewashhelp@gmail is my email. Appreciate all the advice you give, really helps. How much new content do you upload every month to your course? I haven't uploaded much, but I'm getting ready to dump a bunch. I'm getting to set it up. I'm getting ready to set it up into a couple different ways. I'm going to set it up as if you have an employee and you only want this section, or I'm going to set it up if you want the business side and all that kind of thing. And then I'm going to go even further into the marketing. I did some LinkedIn videos, and I want to go really deep into LinkedIn. I want to go deep into the Facebook ads. I want to go deeper than I've already went into the into Google Ads, because the one reason why I don't want to go too deep into Google Ads and some of these platforms is because they change, and when they change, it don't do me no good to go deep, and they change all this crap. Just like Facebook, I probably won't go real deep into Facebook because they change crap all the time, and that means I'd have to go back and change it all. So it's more of giving you what you need, and then that way you can go from there. Where can I get those nice pressure washing shirts at? You mean the king of pressure washing, or just pressure washing shirts? I was asking how much water is significant to not kill. Just water. If you're doing a roof clean, if you're doing a stucco house wash, a lot. From the time you get there to the time you leave, have somebody water. If I can't make it to the in-person training, is the online still helpful? Yes. I go over I understand some people have a hard time learning from the online stuff just because you're not touching it, but I go over everything in the online stuff. I break it down to, as somebody put, I Barney style it. I break it down to as far as I can break it down to make sure that you understand it. Exactly, the answer is yes. Can I order a pink sweatshirt for Christine, Queen of Pressure Washing? Wash Pros, do you have a website? How much water should you use? Yes, a lot. Are you planning on coming back to North Carolina? I missed you last month. I am. I got to talk to Donovan. Donovan is like this far in Christmas lights right now. He's just got more to know what to do with. And I'd like to do one in the spring at Donovan's place in North Carolina. Great stuff, Jason. Yeah, exactly. Like I'd be flooding the hell out of the property just because I don't want to kill nothing. Water, water, water. Hey, Jason, what would it take to get you to an Oklahoma class maybe next year? Um, I need to look at my calendar. I do want what I need. Let's see. Do I have that anywhere? I don't know if I do. I don't know the email address. I would definitely think about it, Lee. I am wanting to travel, and that's how I'm traveling is doing pressure washing classes through the countryside, and so we haven't been out in that way, and so I would definitely be interested in it. And let me see something here. No, I'm not gonna look it up. I'd definitely be interested in it. Send me a message. Jason, have Thursday or Sunday with spray wash. Oh, oh, Ray, 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 Ray. Um, anyone on here in Bama? Facebook ads not working for me. I think it's a waste of money. What is the best strategy to promote your service? Go listen to the beginning of this video. I'm not going to go over it all again. Go check out pressurewashhelp.com/free. I go over a bunch of it in there too. Oh, that's Christmas lights. Sorry. That's another business. So if you go to pressurewashhelp.com/free, you also get all my Christmas light stuff too. So it definitely makes it worth its time. Um, my local Whole Foods has a 6-foot sign before the exit. Would advertising on there be a smart move to be one of the touches for the customer? They want $1,000 a month. I think I could find $1,000 in AdWords a lot better than on that sign. The nice design shirts that won't stain. Oh, you can get them. All you need is if you want the ones with all the crap on it, um, fin print. Actually, that ain't the one. 72-hour design. There's different ones that sell them. All you need is what all you used to do is go through Queensboro and make sure you get 100% polyester, and that way they won't stain as bad. They won't stain unless you hit them with straight up bleach. Um, I'm going to sign up. Love is done after the love is done. Do you recommend for a one-person team to use plant safe just water? Like when I'm doing a roof clean and it was by myself, I'd water everything. I'd go up the ladder, spray, and come back down and water everything. Just as long as you're watering. Smash the like button. I have a tripod. I'm sorry I'm driving and didn't take down what you said, but here is my number. Let me get my phone. I'm going to take a picture of that because I will forget it. Because I am very forgetful sometimes. There you go. I took it down. Can you please repeat how I can get a hold of you? Pressurewashhelp@gmail.com. Let's do it. All right. I have somebody. I'll have to send you a a date because I might be able to do a Thursday, but I'm booked up for about 2 or 3 weeks right now. So, which I'm glad. I want to be booked up. And that's another thing. If you all want to listen to whatever I say on these things, and I cut up a lot of the crap out, but all the meat of these, you can go to kingofpressurewash.podcast. It is my new podcast. I think I got 5 out now, and that way you can listen to it. And my story, like I put my story on there, and I put a couple of different things, Billy Davison, and I'll have AC Lockers on there, all the different people that I've interviewed. I'll probably put tonight's on there just because it is good information, and so I will be putting. They are into my podcast, and my podcast is on Apple Podcast, so you can listen to it in the car. You can do all that kind of stuff, and again, it is new, so I'd appreciate it if you go sign up. It would make me happy. Um, I'm doing well. I've out a month, and I'm a little over seven. I think I'm at like 900 downloads already. So my goal is to grow it some more. So definitely go check out kingofpressurewash.com/podcast. It is on Apple Podcasts. I think if you look up Apple, if you look up King of Pressure Washing on Apple, it should come up. Give me a review on it too. I'd appreciate it. It's a 5-star review. 70% of my business comes from Facebook. Like Jason said, you have to stay consistent with good quality photos and videos and be prolific, relentless, and make sure you're not letting it go. I don't care. I don't care, Kyle. I'll sign you up for marketers. You don't like memes. Is your course on book management and taxes? I do go over some of that stuff, but I don't go over the details of it because there's so many different states and so many different things. Your CPA needs to do. I do talk about getting a CPA because at the end of the day, a CPA is the most important thing in your business, especially when you're growing. So that way you do not pay any more than you have to. The last thing you want to do is give the government more than what they need. Think I'm going to jump on board on ResponsiBid. I have a link down in the description, pressurewashhelp.com/ResponsiBid. You buy me a cup of sweet tea, because I would say coffee, but I don't drink coffee. What do you tell your customers about how long until the roof comes clean after you spray? All the black's going to be gone. I tell them that it will take 2 to 3 good rains to get rid of the moss because all the moss is white. And then I tell them it'll take about a month for their leachings to go away because the leachings go deep down into it. And that's what I tell them. That's how I tell them that. So a week for, or a couple good rains, 2 to 3 good rains for the moss will be gone. And then the leachings will be gone in about a month. What's the best SH percentage for roofs, houses, and concrete? Roofs is anywhere from 4 to 6%. Houses, depending on what type of houses, if it's not stucco, you're looking at 0.75 to 1.5, 2%. 2% is a little hot. And concrete, if you're going to just chemically clean it, you're going to be in that 4 to 6 range. If you're just going to put it as a post-treatment, pre-treatment, I just do house wash mix. If you're going to do houses with stucco, you're going to need to be up around that 2 to 4% range. What CRM do you use? There's a bunch of them. pressurewashhelp.com/housecallpro is one down there. Please call me when you get a chance so that timing is good for you. Are you still washing full time as well, or do you just do training and classes? All I do is training and classes, and YouTube and podcast and making you all successful because I want to make you successful. That is my goal. I love hearing stories of making you all successful. Greg Townsend, when he sent me a picture of slinging dope to slinging water, and it was 5 years apart. He's been clean for 5 years. That makes me happy. Making more money now than he ever made in his life. Even more when he's dealing drugs. So that makes me happy. He's helping kids grow and be successful. He's teaching kids how to to learn football, learning different skills of football, stuff like that. He is one of the guys that is head of the NA, Narcotics Anonymous, and he helps them out a bunch. He's in there every week, making sure the guys are getting off of it, and by him being able to do a pressure washing business, he is changing people's lives while he's still making money and being very successful. And that makes me happy. That is what I do. That is why I do what I do, because I want to make sure that you are able to do what you love to do and that you can help other people and not just that. Thank you for all the info. Do you give examples of packages? And yes, I do. I do do that. Do you wash houses with hot water? No. You do not want to wash houses with hot water. If you wash if you wash a house with hot water and it's got vinyl, it'll go boop and melt that stuff. How do I know? Because I may have done it. Now, can we do it with warm water? If we, I've actually upsold packages of warm water. That's fine. But if it's like in the wintertime, warm water will make house washing able to do it even when it's cold. Thanks for all the great information. I like memes. Greg is the man and takes care of his family and his dad. Yep, and that's why I like it. Degreasers. That's awesome, Anthony. Lots of great info here. Appreciate you. Jason, great tips. It's time to get some rest for me. I just signed up to your podcasting and pressure wash. Thanks for all your help. Awesome. Again, you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/free, or you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training. I will be doing a training with Bobby Walker. And so he's not quite going to do 1 million this year. He's probably going to do about 750, 800,000 this year. Something happened with COVID. I don't know, that crap. And especially in Orlando where Disney shut down and everything else shut down, the world shut down. And so, but he's still going to end up, I think, being around 750, 800,000 this year. And so you will be able to learn from both of us. Obviously, he has some good selling side of things and the skills. So hopefully go sign up for the training and I'll see you then. Otherwise, I'll be back on Sunday night and I'll see you Sunday.